last but not least, we're going to talk about manual mode, master mode, okay? This is my everything mode because you really do have control over everything. You get control over the shutter speed, the aperture, and like always, the ISO. But I love manual mode. I like the control over the camera. Sometimes it is a little tedious and a little bit slow, and that's when I switch back to aperture priority mode. If I'm in a hurry and I don't want to worry about what my shutter needs to be, but I know exactly what my depth of field should be. So manual mode is really great and I really like it. So let's go ahead and switch into manual mode really quick. With manual mode, it's really great. And if you want to learn manual mode, the quickest way is you need to do night photography. Night photography is going to slow you down incredibly. And when you slow down, you can think through the different settings that are needed to take that shot, okay? And when pictures are taking about 30 seconds to expose, before you take another one, you're gonna think it through because eventually the night is gone, the sun is coming up, and you're still trying to take a picture. So to slow it down, you're gonna really think it through and take that shot, okay? So now, to really bring forward our exposure triangle, okay, the same concepts apply as we've been talking about this entire time. In manual mode, set your aperture first, okay? What is our depth of field going to be? Second, set your shutter speed. What is it you're photographing? Is it moving? Is it not? Is it somewhere in between? Okay? Set your shutter speed according to what you're doing. In night photography, we're not as concerned about freezing action as we are about letting light pass through the lens. So grab your tripod, okay? You're gonna need it, and go out there, okay? Shutter speeds, 15, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, okay? Just depends on how much light is available in the shot. Next, your ISO. Set your ISO. For night photography, I set mine about 400, 200, depends on how much light I have and if my exposure time is long enough to let in the light. But set it at 400 just as a starting point. You can adjust it later, okay? Then take your shot. See what it looks like, okay? If it's too bright, increase the shutter speed, okay? Darken that down, or bring down your ISO if it's too high, okay? Bring those down before you change your aperture, okay? If your shutter speed is as slow as it can go, if your ISO is as low as it can go, now we need to bring up the aperture, raise that number just a little bit, close it down a little bit to block out some light, and then get that exposure. So this is the thought process you got to work through to expose your pictures using manual mode, okay? The more you understand how the camera works, the more confident you're going to be in any setting, especially in front of clients if that's what you're working towards. Knowing how your camera works will go a long way and will take a huge, tremendous load off of you, knowing that your camera is going to work. You just have to work with the people or the subject in general. So that's manual mode. I hope that you take the time and the courage to jump into it, give it a run, and plan a night shoot. Grab a buddy, go out there, get a night shot, and have fun with it, okay? There's a lot you can do at night with your camera. You just got to be a little bit creative and you'll have a blast. And so that's your photo challenge for today. Jump into manual mode, try a night photo, and just slowly think through the thought process it's going to take to set your camera to expose for a night shot, okay? Once you get night photography down, let's move into day shots. Let's move into action photography, okay? Then we can do that. But for me, when I understood manual mode, it's when I was out doing a night shoot with a group of friends. So that's your photo challenge. Go after it. If you run into any struggles, come and talk to me. Thanks.